Hello and welcome. Happy Friday. I am Chris Menard. Thank you for joining me for What's New in Microsoft Teams. Feel free, whether you're on YouTube or LinkedIn, if you want to, just type in whatever city you're from just to get the chat going. Got a lot of items to cover today. I do encourage you to also ask questions in the chat box as I go along. Let's go ahead and I'm going to share my screen and show you the outline. It's the same outline you saw whether you're on YouTube or LinkedIn. And then we'll jump into these right now. All right, so here's the agenda for today. I've got them over here in my OneNote. Let's talk about schedule channel messages. So in Microsoft Teams, you have had this feature for a while. Interesting note, and this is a true story. Christian and I have been working together, and Christian's in the background running the stream. We've been working together for over 20 years on stuff. We've never met in person. Christian is over in England. I'm over in the United States in the Southeast. So if I need to send Christian a chat, and this feature's been around forever, I can come down here and type. Let me get this out of the way. And let's say, as my example, though, it is 6 p.m. in the evening. Well, Christian is usually 5 hours ahead of me. So that's 11 p.m. He happens to be 4 right now, but still, I don't want to send him a chat then. So I can go and set this up. And I'm going to set this to go at 5 a.m., which would be 10 a.m. for Christian. Hit continue, and then send this off. That is how you schedule a chat message. We've had this feature for months. Well, what is new now is I can go over to Teams. This is a new feature. I'm going to pick on the general channel. It doesn't matter what channel you pick on. Let me discard that one. Start a new post or conversation. I'm going to put test, and you come right here to actions and apps and click. And now you can now schedule a channel message, which is a great feature right here. Just put in the time and then go ahead and hit post. And it works very similar to the chat schedule. You can delete it if you want to, and you can come in here and edit, change the chat, change the text, change when it's going to be delivered. All of that is still available to you right there. So that was item number one. Item number two is a quick review question. I am in Microsoft Teams, and let me just stop sharing just for a second. Back over in StreamYard. So in Microsoft Teams, we have all these different settings, whether you're available, whether you're away for a few minutes, whether you're busy. Do not disturb is in there. It's all in the top right corner when you click on that icon. One of the issues I hear about Microsoft Teams is people will tell me that they're in a Teams meeting and then they get distracted because they keep getting notifications. When you're in a Teams meeting, unless you are sharing, because when you're sharing, you go to a different status. If you're sharing, you don't get notifications. But if you're in the Teams meeting watching it, you're still going to get pop-ups. So what you need to do is change your status to do not disturb. So let me go share again. And Christian, you're going to be up in just 1 second here. So if you would pull up our chat. All right, so here's my Teams. And right now I'm in the top right up here. Here's all the different statuses I was telling you about. If you're in do not disturb, you will not get any notifications. There is a feature though, you can say, hey, I only want to get notifications from these people, but in general, you do not get notifications. So I'm going to go make myself available for right now. Let me just go click on budget. Christian, do me a favor, send me a chat. I don't care what you say in it. This should be something everyone's used to. It should pop up in the bottom right-hand corner, I hope. And there it is. The screen is not showing for real. All right. Sorry about that. Let me... Christian, I think it's showing now. So here you go. I'm in Microsoft Teams. I don't care whether you're in Teams, Excel, Word, PowerPoint. When you get a notification sent to you, Christian, send that notification. There it is. Yes, it's showing. So as mentioned, since I wasn't showing, if you come and click on your icon up here, your profile picture or your initials, if you do not want any notifications to show, you go to do not disturb. Even with busy on, you're going to get them. And this is what happens in meetings with people when they're not presenting. They'll be, how come I'm getting these notifications? Well, you're not sharing or you're not in do not disturb. So one of the features is that notification in the bottom right drives me crazy where it's landing. So it's not the notification that I'm getting, it's where it's landing. So if I go to settings and more, go to settings, click on notifications and activities. These are all your settings right here. We can now change where our notifications land. The default is the bottom right. I'm going to go ahead and just select the top left. There is no save icon on this screen. You just simply get out of it. Christian, do me a favor. Let me get out of do not disturb real quick. Perfect. If you would send me one more chat, it should pop up in the top left corner. There we go right there. So that is that feature. This is going to be a long presentation. I hope not. There you go. All right, back to our list. So that is 2 items down. Schedule channel messages and choose your notification location. Major improvement is number 3. Your calendar in Microsoft Teams has been updated to match the M365 calendar. This is a great feature. Here's your calendar right here. I am currently in the old calendar. And look, it's even asking me, hey, do you want to try the new calendar? I'm just going to hit got it. Here's the new calendar right here. It is also sitting right here under settings and more, new calendar. So it's in a couple different places. One thing that I do love about this is if you swap from the classic Teams calendar over to the new Teams calendar, which matches M365's Outlook calendar. Teams doesn't close and relaunch. You can do this anytime you want. It's just really fast. I'm going to click it right now. And I am in the new calendar right now. So one thing I love about the new calendar that you can't do in the classic calendar is you have a month view. Month view is not available in classic calendar. I can pop into month view right here. And there are the other views right here for day view. You can go see, I just want to see 5 days. You can pick the number of days you want to see. I'm going to go to work week. And then finally, I'll go to week view right here. So that is one feature that I love is I can go to month view and I can pick different days also. The other great feature is you have filters applied. So when you click on this filter list, and I'm actually just going to click clear to make sure nothing's applied. If I only want to see appointments, the difference between a meeting and appointment is a meeting is with someone else. It could be someone internally you worked with or someone externally. It doesn't matter. That is a meeting. Appointments are stuff you have just for yourself. So if I turn off meetings, I hope you notice that a couple events disappeared here. I'll turn it back on so you can see them because I've invited people to these meetings right here. There you go. I can go the other way also. Like I just don't want to see any appointments I have. This is stuff for just me. This could be anything from doctor's appointments. It could be time you've allocated to work on stuff. Like I have time to work on the budget in the morning there. You can also go change the recurrence in here. I just want to see my series. These Copilot update meetings, that's a series. I want to go see single events, but not series. So you have a lot of different options in here for your filters for your meetings. Keep on going from here. I've got a drop down arrow here. If you notice in this calendar, I have 3 time zones going. For my users that are in the Outlook Classic desktop calendar, 3 time zones is the max. But with this new Teams calendar, which mimics the M365 Outlook on the web calendar, if I go to calendar settings, I'm under view, central time zone. I put in a city, London, add time zone. Let's just do search for a city. How about Los Angeles? I'm going to call that PT for a specific time. I can continue to add time zones as many as I want. You do need to click save here. Close this, and now I've added Pacific time zone, and you can rearrange the order that these fall in. You can have as many time zones as you want. I was testing this one day. I had 7 time zones, and that's where I stopped. So I know you can do at least 7, but I was told it was unlimited with your time zones right there. I am going to stop sharing and see if we have any questions. All right, we do. Hello, hello, hello. Memphis, Tennessee. I love Memphis, Tennessee. Pakistan, Sheffield. All right, let's go ahead and knock this first question out. Can I swap back from the new chat and channel to the old method? I will answer that when I get to that question. So let's hold off on that one. I promise you I will answer that question. Let's go back to that calendar question I saw. The new calendar still has poll questions. Yes, it does. Where is it? Okay, this is aggravating me a little bit. Microsoft hasn't got everything working out in this calendar. So let me show you what I have to do. Let me share my screen. You can always add poll questions. You can always add poll questions during a meeting. That hasn't changed if you're the organizer. So if I open up this meeting here and I click edit, here you go. It is a marketing meeting. I invited Carol Wilson, so it's a meeting. If I scroll down here, I can add the agenda. But the question is, where did all the poll questions go? I've got my breakout rooms here, but I do not see polling, and I'm a big fan of polling. So the only thing that I have figured out to do, and I hate to do this, is if I want polling before the meeting, I swap back, skip again, there's no delay, open this up, and then I'll come up here. And there is where I'll do my poll questions right there. So that is one drawback, but I've heard that Microsoft is working on this. One feature that they have fixed, let me show you this. This was a bug and they've corrected it. Let me swap to the new calendar. If I go and create a new event, and the way it was working is if you typed in something, I'm going to type in Christian over here. Notice right now it is not a Teams meeting. Well, I'm in Microsoft Teams calendar. I'm going to assume that it would be a meeting. What was happening is it would not turn on a Teams meeting even if you typed in someone's name, but they look like they have figured this out now. 2 weeks ago, this wasn't working like this, but once you put in someone's name, it automatically becomes a Teams meeting, because I've actually sent out a couple invites and forgot to check this, assuming that it was being checked. So they do have this corrected now. All right, great question about that. Let's keep on moving. Here's my list. This is an easy one. Save time with instant hyperlinks. Before I do this, feel free to put this in the chat box for me. Has anyone copied a OneDrive link and tried to share it in Teams? And it looks like it is 6 pages long, that OneDrive link. Well, they have this figured out now. And it doesn't matter whether it's a OneDrive link, a SharePoint link, a link from a website. So here's my YouTube. I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to pop over into Teams. You can do this from chat. You can do this from channels. Get that out of the way. I'm going to double click on the word LinkedIn to select it. The keyboard shortcut, if you like keyboard shortcuts, is Control and the letter K. That will pull up insert hyperlink in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook. If you don't like the Control K, you can come and click on the letter A, and I find this the long way to go. And there it is right there, but it is telling you that it's also Control K. I'm going to highlight the word LinkedIn. I'm going to do Control K, and then I'm going to paste in that URL and click on Insert. And now I have a nice looking one-word hyperlink. And if you want to make it larger or anything, you can. I will send that off. That's YouTube. It doesn't matter. I think that I put in the wrong link. Christian's letting me know that. All right. Excellent. I need a class on picking up the correct hyperlink icons. So let's go back here. Save time with instant hyperlinks. That is that feature right there. All right. Number 6. I'm going to skip 5 and come back to it. Resize the rel in Microsoft Teams. This is a great feature. I'm over here on chat. This is called the side pane or the navigation bar. But right here, or the rel, this is called the rel 2. Right here in this section, I can now resize this entire section just back and forth like that. It also works in Teams for your channels, just letting you know. And where else did I find it? It worked also in, I think that was it actually, chat and Teams. Oh, there is one more place that works. I don't care whether you're in chat or Teams. If I'm in this chat with Christian, let me go pull up a group chat and make this easier. Where can I do that from? Open all notes. Carol. One second. There we go. I've expanded this channel. We can see everyone, you can do it over here also. I noticed that. So that is a new feature that is just coming out. I'm going to stop share and see if I have any questions. Let me get a quick sip of water also. 1 second. I promise I'm not leaving. And I'm a man of my word. I'm back. All right, let's see here. I struggle to schedule recurring events. There's a good way to find a pattern in the new calendar. Wednesdays at 9 in my time look open for others most weeks. So I'll demo this real quick and see if this answers your question. And please let me know if it doesn't, and I'll follow up if it doesn't. Okay, so Wednesdays at 9 o'clock. Here we go. Calendar. I am in the new calendar. I'm going to pop over into next week, Wednesday, 9 a.m. I'm going to highlight 9 to 10, add title, test. I am going to go ahead and click on more options just to see everything. I'm going to invite Carol, Wilson, and Christian. I'll put you in here also. And we want Teams meeting happened automatically. That's okay with me. Here's your recurrence in the new calendar right here. And by the way, we're saying, Chris, why did it cut your meeting from 9 to 10 to 9:50? I've got it set up in my options for meetings. I'm doing that Microsoft trick where any meeting that's 30 minutes, it shaves off 5 minutes. Any meeting that I schedule for 1 hour, it will shave off 10 minutes just to give people time to get from one meeting to another. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but here's your recurrence. You want it on Wednesdays. Am I hopeful I'm getting this right? Occurs every other Wednesday until I'm going to put in a remove date, choose an end date. Let's just give this a shot. How about the 28th of May? Save there. It's letting me know I have a recurrence because of the word edit sitting right here. It's telling me it's going to occur every Wednesday until May 28th. And I will send this off. Take a quick peek at this. Let's just go to month view since we discussed month view. There we are right there. Let's just keep looking. There's April, one more month. May, one more, and they stopped. I will stop sharing and pop back over with you to see, hopefully, if that answered your question. In case you're wondering about me resizing the rails in Teams, honestly, that just came out to me last Saturday, and I have signed up to get stuff early. So you're probably 4 to 6 weeks away on that feature. Answer the question about polls. I hope that answered your question. Yeah, the rail's you'll get the rail soon. I'm gonna come back to you about the that doesn't solve the problem. If you can need to know. Oh, you need to know if others are available for all future dates. I will see if I can't figure that out for you. Christian, will you post in both of them my Chris at chrismenardtraining.com email, which I just told you anyway, but Christian will put it in there for you. Send me that question. I'll get back with you on a one-on-one. Thank you. Let's keep on going. I'm going to share again. Back in Teams, you know what? I am going to take a quick peek at that item you told me. Are they all available or not? That would be the scheduling assistant. Yeah, I'm gonna see if there's a feature that'll tell me if everyone's available and how frequently. I think I know what you're asking for. All right, I'll take a look at that. Back here, we have a great great feature, and it is, did I already check it? Here we go. Number 7. I didn't mean to check that. Chats, people, and Copilot. So I'm going to start a meeting, and I'm just going to do a quick meeting. There'll be no one in it. So let me just hit meet now. I don't think my camera's going to work. I don't care. I'm going to hit join now. So when you're in a meeting, watch how cool this feature is. I'm always chatting in meetings. So if I pull up chat and I'm chatting away and other people are chatting away, you can now in the top right, you can pop out this chat and put it in a new window. So when I click on open a new window, here's our chat. I'm not going to do it, but I have a second monitor and I could drag this over to the second monitor. Then now I'm dragging it back. So you can go put this chat box in a completely different window. So I'm going to leave that one running. And then I'm going to open up people. Now, people's not going to let me do it. I'm going to tell you why. It's the only reason it won't let me move the participants is because I'm the only person in this meeting right now. So if there's somebody else in here, then I could pop this out and put it on another window along with the chat. So it doesn't mean that one has to be open and one has to be closed. So there's that one. And then finally, only if you have a M365 Copilot license, and I need to turn on transcription. Transcription is started. You can pop out your Copilot where you can ask questions about your meeting and move it to another window. So I'm just telling you, there are 3 items that when you're in a meeting now, and if you don't have Copilot, there'll be 2 items that you can move to another window. And let me stop. I'm going to get out of this meeting. Oh, while you're here, real quick, another new feature I wasn't going to cover. This has been out for a while. If you're in a meeting with a lot of people, you have this view command here, which we've had forever. But if you only want to see people that have their video on, and again, there's no one in here with me, when you go to prioritize video, you can decide whether you want to see 4 people, 9, 16, or 49. Only people that have their video camera turned on, you will see. So you won't see other people. And you can turn that off by just clicking it. So that's just a click or an unclick. And yeah, you can change the gallery size too. So these 2 are fairly new, but they've been out a few months. So let me get out of this meeting now. So let me close this. All right. I'm still sharing. Oh, new channel notification options. Oh, by the way, I meant to show you this. If you're in a breakout room, if you're doing breakout rooms, I'm not going to show you this, but back in my meeting, there is the option now for a breakout room to let people pick their own room. You can just go and check that box, and now people can move around freely from one breakout room to the other. That's called your breakout room, your choice. I've already tested it and it did work. So let me just tell you about that one. Channel notifications. This is kind of a cool feature. So if you're dealing with channels, I'm gonna go back to this one right here. If you come, this is a conversation. We're having a threaded conversation about X lookup with Copilot. If you come to this conversation and you're really interested in it, couple things you can do. 1, you can now pin a conversation. 2, if you don't care about it, you can turn off notifications. I am not turning off channel notifications. I am turning off notifications for this specific conversation. So right there, you can turn off and turn on notifications. And you can now also open a conversation in a new window. That's also fairly new. I forgot all about that when you can pull a conversation up in a new window right there. So some new features right in here, notifications and new window for your channel conversations. All right. The big change. The calendar is a pretty big change for me, but this next one's even better. This is rolling out to everyone in March and in April. Here's my chat, nothing new here. And here's my Teams, nothing new there. Everyone's got Teams and chat on the rail or the sidebar. Well, what's going to happen is you're going to get something that's going to pop up and it's going to say, Do you want to combine your chats and your channels? And this is called the new chat and channel experience. That is the official name. And I'm going to go ahead and hit combine. And what's interesting is if you notice, when I selected combine, it looked like nothing happened on my screen, but I no longer have Teams over here in the rail. When I go to chat, everything falls under chat and you have what is called sections now. So favorites is a section. I made another section called training. Chats is nothing new. You've always had chats. When you were back in Teams and chats being separated, and when you clicked on chats, you had all your chats listed recently, and then you could pin chats. Well, now we've got all these sections we can use. So if I want to see all my chats, here they are right here. That hasn't changed. But if I scroll down, look, here are all my teams and channels all in one place. The reason that I like this is this reason. I frequently have group chats with the same people that I'm in a channel or a team with. And I have to go from chat, I got to click Teams, I got to click on that channel that I've usually pinned, but it is just a bunch of clicking from chat to Teams, back to chat. Now everything's in one place. And so watch this. In my favorites, I've got Carol, coworkers, that's a group chat. In my favorites, I am always working with the accounting general channel. When I click on this, I can say, show this in, and again, these are sections, show this in my favorites. It doesn't leave from here, just to be real clear, but now up in my favorites, here is a channel sitting in my favorites. I'm going to do it again. We're working on something for training. I'm always chatting with Christian. And by the way, there's already a channel there, but let me add one more. I'm down here and we're going to take a look at marketing. Click show in training. Back up here, training. There is the marketing channel. There's the YouTube channel. And here's my one-on-one chat with Christian. If you're wondering, Chris, can you make more sections? Sure. Up in the top left, you click here and new section. I have a list of favorites. As you can see, I've got a list of training. I'm also working on something for HR project. I'm making this up. Click on create. I now have an HR project section. And if I wanted to move something to it, I want to take benefits, show in HR, and I can put whatever I want to in there. And I'm also going to show the general channel in there. One item that I want to point out to you, when you add the benefits channel to the HR project section, it's called benefits. But when you add a general channel, because there's so many general channels, it calls it the name of the team. And actually, I think that's a nice touch, because if it kept saying general all over the place, I wouldn't know what team it came from. So there's that feature there. You can come and search all this at one time. So instead of having to go to Teams versus chat and back and forth and saying, I just want to see unread, I can hit unread right here. It is showing me everything, chats and channel conversations that are unread. I can filter this by just chats or by channels. So that's telling me that that was a chat with Deanna. I can also go see unmuted, or I can see meeting chats too. There's meeting chats. And you say, Chris, I don't see any. Hit see more. And then you can keep filtering here. So you can do multiple filters. I'm looking at meeting chats right now. And I'm looking at meeting chats that have been unmuted. If you want to mute a meeting chat, you know how to do this, I believe. You would click on mute right here. Another great feature up here is not only can you start new messages, new channels, join teams, make a new team, you have these filters here. Mark all as red if you want to. You also have this great search feature. So if you're searching for something, and let's just say I'm searching for benefits, I'm a member of hundreds of teams and channels and I can't find it, well, just type in benefits. And there it is. I've got it both under the HR project and I've got it under this team. Those are the same. So it's not like benefits is in here twice. Just to be clear, if I make a change on one, it'll make a change on the other. Another feature you have in here is if you click here, it says your teams and channels. This isn't new, but it's actually a new look. When you click on this, forget about chat. There's no chat involved in here. This is showing me every team and every channel. It's showing me how many channels are in each team. It shows me how many people are in each team. Nice feature right here. And you can search. I'm looking for 5 Guys, and there's Project 5 Guys Burger right there. It's also letting me know that I'm one of the owners of this team over here. There you go. All right, let me stop sharing because I've been talking for a long, long time. Let me grab a quick sip of water and I'll be right back. All right. Any questions I missed, Christian? Does the scheduling assistant help you find available times with others? I thought that it did. I just want to make sure I test it while I'm in the Teams calendar. And then I'll go check it in the Outlook M365 calendar, especially in others. Yeah, let me give that a shot because I do know what you want to do, and I'll play with since Christian's in the UK, and I'll find somebody else that's in California and give that a shot for recurring meetings for you. Anyone else on the questions before we wrap up? Oh, no. Oh, who asked that question? Oh, my goodness. When do you use chat versus channel? I'm going to run with this one. This is a great question, by the way. The question really is, when do you use chat versus channel? But I'm going to increase it. When do you use chat? When do you use group chat? When do you use channels? And also, when do you use Outlook email? I'm assuming you're using Outlook. I use chat for informal things, especially if it's one-on-one. As you saw, Christian and I were just chatting back and forth. I use group chats. Again, you just need 3 or more people as a group chat. If I had a really, really small project with people that I don't normally work with, and I say small, it would not be lasting months. I may make that just a group chat unless I think we need to keep all these files in one place. It all depends on whether it's just conversations and quick meetings or whether we need to do files. Conversations, that's where stuff really happens. The big difference right off the bat between a conversation versus a chat or a group chat is conversations are threaded conversations. If Christian and I are discussing Microsoft Word headers and footers, that is a conversation. And then Christian may start a new conversation or post about generative AI, and we'll be having a conversation about that with everyone else. Compared to a chat, we're talking about Word, someone pops in there and starts talking about, does anyone hear that dog barking outside the building? And then Christian starts talking about generative AI. And then I go back and start talking about Word. And then we get 4 more about the dog outside the building. That is just pure linear. That's my issue with chat sometimes. And I'm like, what are we even talking about now? Or I was on this thread. That's when you want to use a conversation. Chat files are stored in the OneDrive of the person that posted them. Channels, your files are stored in SharePoint. So that's another big difference. Channels would give you access to Microsoft Planner, Microsoft List, a channel calendar. So just ask, is this a little more formal than a group chat? Do we need a team? The drawback is this, and I just said it. You can do a group chat anytime you want to. But if, let's say, someone says, hey, we need a project, this project's going to last 3 months. We know we're going to have a lot of files. We need to co-author files. That tells me you need a channel right there. You need a team with a channel. That's when I would do that. So email is the most formal. If I'm emailing a proposal to someone, I'm going to do that with email. I may even, depending on permissions, I may even chat with them in Teams, and there'll be an external person. When it's time to send the quote, I'm sending that quote via email. All right. Anyone else? I had a good day. Christian, I appreciate your help. Christian's always in the background on these. You can catch Christian live on Wednesdays. Christian, throw it in the chat. I don't care. He is always talking about video editing, transcription, audio. He knows his stuff on that. So. All right. I'm going to give you a few minutes back. Have a great weekend. Thank you.